Welcome to episode 36 of the Mainly Golf Shop. Magic Marv is still, he's done a disappearing act. We need Harry Houdini. Although he was pictured at a nice christening at the weekend. He's just not seen the
Oh, was it?
photos. I know, Noah's christening. Got a nice suit on, so he's alive. He's just not in the golfing realms. He's too busy on
Yeah,
Telegram channels discussing
see Tom.
crypto stuff. Very virgin behavior. Anyway, we're here on the eve of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro Am. Very messy tournament, and not one really to get overly involved in because the coverage is generally awful. Right, Hep and Twig again. This is the week before the
Yeah,
Super Bowl. Jim Nance is in full. Look at that guy. Big power for Toby Weldon over there. He's in jolly form. But the coverage
yeah.
on TV is awful. Shot tracker struggles, and we've got to wait 6 or 7 hours to play around. Um, but nevertheless, Hep, a good tournament with the world number one back in action after his supposed injury.
Yep, it's cut to the hand or whatever happened. I think Scotty's good. I mean, signature event, isn't it? First one of those shitty no cut events, 70 people in it. Um, so
He might
yeah,
have done a
not
Berkey. Berkey ended up breaking his hand punching a lamppost when he saw a girl he fancied um, dancing with the bloke. Shout out to Laura Radford.
those are the days. Those are the days.
You love her, lad. You fucking love her.
But yeah, Scotty's obviously coming back for his shot of what 5 million first place, but I don't know.
3.6, the winner, 20 million prize pool.
Hand injury, cut on his palm or whatever it is. That seems, I don't know. I want to see it from Scotty before. I'm sure he'll be up there. Obviously, he's not going to come in like 50th or anything like that. But I'm not backing him at 5-1 with a potential palm injury.
You could argue, I don't think we saw Scheffler bigger than 5-1 all last season, so that is kind of factored into his price. What price would he need to be for you to back him this week?
Uh, Give me eight. Give me eight. I'm going in on Scheffler.
I think he may need to have a poor first round, right? He shoots like the problem is if you saw Scheffler last year, even after a poor first round, he's 7 shots off the league. He was never a ridiculous price, was it? Bookmakers ran scared of him
Oh
all
yeah,
year.
and he's going to guarantee to get. I said there's no cut, so he's going to get 3 opportunities to go low and shoot a 62 and claw it back on the field.
Speaking of those people that like to come with a late rally, Rory McIlroy in again probably a big price for Rory when you think how short he started in Dubai. He backdoored another top five as he tends to do in those bigger tournaments. McIlroy 12-1. Would that be tickling the head taste buds?
No, um, yeah, don't really have a reason against Rory apart from just he's not going to win, is he? He doesn't. He's just until he gets a win. I'm not going to go for him again. I mean, the guy I'm looking at the top of the board, like below 25s, is Decky. We know Pebble, it's a short course. You don't need to hit your drive a little far. It's small greens. And yeah, Decky is second shots gained approach for the season after his win at the Century. And yeah, played quite well at, I don't know, where were they last week? Farmers at Torrey.
Torrey Pines.
So yeah, Decky at 22s, there are 25s out there. I think is the pick of the players at the top of the board. See, Colin was just behind Decky at the Century. JT finished second last week, was it? Noberg obviously started really well and then fell off because he had the flu. And can't least let me a fuck
And
can
you were
we?
completely unaware
Um,
of this.
Sorry, my audio sounds like fucking
I said you
dial
seem
up
to be completely
going
unaware that there's something wrong with him. Yeah, if you saw the photos of him, he was basically how you'd be like after a dodgy kebab, or you were having to do actually get up and do something whilst having a hangover. He's there like he was had his head in his hand and he's squatting and he's I think he puked up a few times, but did he shoot maybe four over on that Friday in testing conditions? But if you fancy Ludwig to go well this week, and I think you were on last year when he was one behind Clark entering the final round. If you fancied him last week and you fancy him this week, I wouldn't be put off by his team finish at Torrey just because again he was really struggling.
He does play seem to play the short course as well. Like you think of him as this accurate bobber
Oh well.
that will just dominate places like Torrey Pines, but he does seem to play shorter iron courses really well as well. Like they say, second here last year. I don't have any other examples off the top of my head, but he's definitely sort of seems to suit his game. Shorter, tougher course.
You mentioned, I mean, Decky's seconds in stroke. It's a very small sample from this year. Strokes gained, approached the green last year. Scheffler, obviously. Wakely, and then you've got Tony Finau, Corey Connors, not surprising. Poor short game letting down. Tom Hoge, who is a winner around here before and a runner-up previously. He's in fourth. And then players like Lucas Glover, Aaron Wright, Kirk Hidiyama, surprisingly. Keith Mitchell is in 12th. Big Keith.
You know, you like
Great.
him this week.
Look, we're going to try a new thing where 365 have these markets where you can bet each way bet in the first 12. We picked out
It's worked
we
for
picked out
two
a few
weeks.
long shots in Europe last week. Kira Dekari, Abby Barnett got a full place at 200 to 1. And kind of unlucky, Darius Van Driel, who birdied the first four holes in the final round, he got to 10 under, and then I think he played the next 14 holes in level. Missed a birdie putt at 18. He was supposed to get a full place 110 to 1. But if you can find the players that I think fit the right type of player in terms of their style and look, you don't need somebody who's going to drive the ball very far. You don't need somebody who's in my head like a Rory, right? He's going to pound around a quail hollow. You want some of the just a straight boring players, right? A Tom Hoge, a Keith Mitchell.
Yeah,
Looking else, like you said, Ludwig surprisingly decent greens in regulation. He's 21st on tour last year, but he's not very much value in his price really. So if you go down the list, someone like a Mark Hubbard, I think we put him up at three figures. Nick Taylor, who I really don't like Nick Taylor, but he somehow finds results in tougher courses. He won at Phoenix last year, I think. He won 2 weeks ago somehow when I jinxed another one. Seamus Powell's another one who's got a really good record around here. Two top 30s in his previous three seasons. He's 120 to 1. And Old Faithful, Christian Bezuidenhout, tied 58th greens in regulation last year. I thought Bessie had a really poor year by his standards, compared with the previous few seasons. He's I think he's 80 to 1 with 12 places at Pebble Beach. I think Bessie's due a good year. I kind of lost my way with him last year, and I'm coming back. I think Bessie's gonna have a cracking year. I think that might be the headline selection this week. Christian Bezuidenhout out to pound them at Pebble Beach.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was top eight steady away. You know, it's. I was looking at the wind. Obviously, it's right on the
He's not winning
ocean. A
yet.
lot can change in 4 days, but there doesn't seem to be a breath of wind forecast. So yeah, steady away, hit the greens, make a few putts, and don't hit the double bogeys. I think Bez could definitely be able to.
And in terms of the market leaders, I am with you. Scheffler's probably too short. He's a watching brief, and I don't think Scottie's better in these, like nicer type tournaments where people are having a joke and he seems like just quite ruthless in a nice way, competitor. Like I'll deal with having a laugh and a joke after I've got church out the way on a Sunday, but this is business, baby.
Yeah, he's not
Um,
going to be just chatting with his amateur, is he? And
and I figure
like he's
in
just going
these
to be
types,
getting annoyed at the group above is taking fucking 6 hours to complete a round. And
it's the same with the Rory. He's got a really poor record of the Alfred Dunhill Links. I think he plays with his dad as well, Jerry, and he's got a poor record there because I think Rory lets his guard down too much, and Do you know what I mean? He seems to lose concentration. A guy who I don't think will be having a laughing joke, regardless of who's played with, is Pat Cantlay. Miserable as sin.
Oh,
Don't like him, but Pat Cantlay's got a great record around here. He's around 16 to 1, 18 to 1. I think he's a very good price. And another
you
one
pay
who's
your
got a
way
good
to
record around.
play. You play
Hmm?
this event as an amateur, and you get stuck with fucking Patrick Cantley as your partner. Oh, just
Absolute booby prize. Another
yeah.
one's got a very good record around here is Jason Day. I don't think he's a previous winner around here. He should have won here in 2018 and had a shocker of a last round. That was won by Ted Potter Jr. Somehow. He's not been cited on tour since, but Day is 33 to 1 with a hat full of places. So that's probably the play for me. Jason Day, another one. He's finished in the top 30 in the last two renewals. You can probably kind of ignore last year because it was just three rounds. But he finished side 24th last year with a round to go. No, that was Tom Hoge in 2022. Ignore me. But he's finished side 30, 30th or better in the final 3 years. He's got good force on. So for me, Cantley's probably the most likely bet. If we're going to put some tips up, I can't bring myself to tip up Day when he's so short. But he's probably the most likely winner with Cantley for me. We'll go. I do like Keith Mitchell. I do like Beze. We'll go 2 points each way, Mitchell. Oh, it's disgusting. 55's 12 places. I feel dirty. Um, what we've got 5 points, and then we'll have another 2 points on Bezzy at 70s, and we'll have a point each way on Seamus Power. Tipping an Irishman the weekend of the Six Nations kick-off with England Ireland. Seamus Power's 100 to 1. Keep the in-laws in happy. That's my three.
They all 12 places.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna take Decky at the top. I'm gonna go for a 6 point win on Decky at 22s. And then I'm going to go as well another 12 places. I'm going to go for Justin Rose. Obviously, this sort of suits his game where it is at the moment in his career. Not having to smash off the tee, as we said. Get 75 to 1, 12 places on Rosie. I know you picked him last week for a similar sort of bet, and he missed the cut, didn't he? But
I think last week was just those conditions on the Thursday were horrific. Rose actually played the
yeah,
last 8 holes in, I think, 7 over to miss the cut, so he was going well before that.
yeah, I'm not sure what side of the draw it was, but there was definitely like you wanted to be on the south course on the first day, didn't you? Because that
Yeah,
the
dark
second
course.
day was pretty brutal. And then the one I'm not going to tip up, but I have bets I mentioned was Justin Lauer at 100 to 1. 12 places. He already got a third this year. Didn't really do much last week. But yeah, I'm just basically following his third, and I think I've recognised his name a couple of times. And again,
Nice his name.
driving is his weak point. So any course that removes the need to bomb your driver out 350 yards um, seems to have a chance.
Gives your points staking breakdown, Heppel.
So I'm going six to win on Decky at 22s and two
Six to
each way on
win.
Rose. Yeah, no point going
Jesus,
each
you are
way at
desperate.
20 to 1. And then two each way on Rose at 75s with the 12 places.
Rose and Decky for
I mean,
Mr. Hepburn. Again, if you want
and
my
then,
three, there's more.
no, you go on.
And the three for me are Keith Mitchell, Tristan Boozer, Seamus Powell. But again, you can make a case for a lot more with the extra places. Someone like a Brendan Tordu. I know he's not been in the greatest of form. He's a previous winner, previous runner-up. He's 250 to 1 with 12 places. Like, fill your boots. Someone like an Eric Cole should go well, or a Bo Hostler. But Denny McCarthy, right? Best putter on the tour. He's he's another one was he keeps lulling you in, thinking he's going to win eventually. 55 to 1 with the same place concessions. Hepburn, we had a look at Bahrain all this week.
I have not. Fill me in.
Have you just you don't work on a Monday? Surely you've just been pretending.
Monday, I actually have to do some work at the moment. It's not.
Just to look at some
Not
spreadsheets. How are the
like it.
figures from the
And
weekend?
I
Oh
was,
yeah, they're good.
I'll play it for the NFL semi-finals.
The
They're not, but
reality is
that's
that
the problem.
I've been refreshing crypto prices and I watched the NFL Championship games.
And I had a lot of rum.
Oh yes, Sundays were so bad without any proper golf yesterday. I mean, Alejandro Del Rey won quite easy um, last week on tour, but it was poor. Like again, if you're wanting something at the top of the marketplace, you Patrick Reed 14 to 1, Thorbjorn Olsen, David Puig, who's a Spanish young kid out of college, he's 16 to 1. They're all ridiculously short prices. Nakajima's like a Japanese stud, but he's only won once. He's 25 to 1. Like the prices at the top of the market are horrendous value. I think you'll be hearing from me with like a dozen at three figures or more because someone like Abhi Barnrat is an absolute sea of blue this week. No surprise. He played really well last week.
Got the rats.
Like someone Daniel Brown played well. He had a poor penultimate round on the Saturday, but he played a good week. But it's such a crapshoot on the DP World Tour. It's basically who is going to turn up that week. And if you are punting this week, just remember, just don't take someone's previous week with a pinch of salt because these lads quite easily just shrug that off and they've had a. Like, imagine if you've been to where were they last week? They were in Dubai.
UAE, wasn't it?
Yeah, UAE Open. That's the one. Say you've missed the cup. Okay, well you've had a couple of days just to relax by the pool, maybe a bit of practice. Well, they've all been toddling around, fucking chunking it
Sounds
about
jolly.
at the weekend. So it's bizarre how the price like Abby Barnrat last week was what 200 to 1 with 12 places. He's now 50 to 1 with the same with 365 just because he had. And he didn't even play that great, did he? He finished 12 under, I think tied ninth. It's just really Marcus Armitage, Yorkshire lad, not the poet that we studied at A level, sorry, GCSE English. He played really well. He just bumped into Alejandro Del Rey. He had the 36-hole lead. He's probably too big around the 66 mark and eight places. But yeah, if you are putting on the DP World 2, I think we'll probably get a big prize winner this week. So back a few long shots and
Do
yeah,
not
don't be
back
backing
whoever's in
anything
the
too
lead after
short.
2 rounds.
Yeah, it's an absolute minefield. I mean, it's hilarious. I'll take my son swimming on a Sunday morning, and I'll come back like an hour later, and suddenly the leaderboard is like completely reversed on its head. So yeah, not one to get overly involved in. Hey, before we finish off, just give us your tips again for the week.
6 points on Decky, two each way on Rose, and absolutely lump on Rory's Boston team to beat Tiger's team in the TGL tonight.
This is going to go out tonight, so we'll get this out in
Ain't
time.
gonna hope
Rory
with it.
McIlroy faces. Did he face Kevin Kisner?
Yeah, so it's Woods, Kisner, and Tom Kim versus McElroy, Scott, and someone else. But yeah, Kisner's like a fucking 20 handicap and dad out there.
And that's coming from a proper
Tiger
20
doesn't seem to
handicapper.
really care.
And
Yeah, and then Tom Kim isn't particularly long as well, and his holes are like 600 yards. So the McElroy team, like for 9 holes as well, his alternate shot. So Kiz has to take a shot at every hole, and yeah, I mean you get even money for them to be winning after 9. So.
it's a case is going to be playing these 600 yard par fives up in four to get to the greens. Let's see how he gets on. And two more ahead. We've seen the confirmation. It's another Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. Is
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes going to complete the three-peat?
Um, I mean, I don't want him to, but I do have a ticket of Chiefs to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That would pay like 700. So
Fucking hell, where do you find these bets from?
it was like mid-season. I think some
How,
people were
how
tipping
good are
him
you
like
running for the last 12 months?
33.
Jesus Christ.
Um, so that'll cushion the blow if he wins it. I don't know. Like, I don't think he will. I think the Eagles' running game is so dominant. Like Barkley is running just.
He's the guy. He's
I
second,
pity.
right, in terms of season best. He's got is it like 50 yards in the Super Bowl to reach a new
Um,
break a new
he
record?
needed like 50 yards in like the regular season to break that record, but then he decided
The
to
guy from the
distance to
Broncos.
last game.
Is it Terrell Bennett?
Um, Yeah, and I don't know. I just pity Wirram because didn't he have a Barclays shirt? And then they obviously didn't sign him. Decided to pay 40 million to Daniel Jones, who now they've
It,
cut,
it,
and he
it,
went to the division rival, the Eagles, and he's going to lead them to a Super Bowl. So Paul
Fucking
Wirram.
digger.
But yeah, I think Chiefs. No, I think Eagles will do.
He also do them. And the last one, give us a crypto coin for the week for that we can push out onto mainly crypto.
Uh,
Your true
I'm gonna
passion.
go.
I've got to end it with the true passions in life, which are crypto and NFL. Don't give a shit about golf. Just talk about other stuff.
I'm gonna go for your Hedera that you got me onto. I think
Yeah, I got out and it
it's
went up by
down
six
down
times.
8% of the week. Again, it's another one of these American crypto coins that Trump is sort of talking about no capital gains tax and stuff like that. And I think if that ever comes in,
I read a piece saying
then
that
yeah, Hedera.
if Trump stuff goes to plan, it's Hedera and XRP that will be the two that really benefit.
Well, we fucking hope so.
And on that note, Heps have to go and pick out yet a even bigger island in the Caribbean than he'd previously hoped for. Long shots in Bahrain this week. It's Hideki and Justin Rose for the great man here, a Seamus Power, Christian Bezuidenhout, and Keith Mitchell to bring home the bacon at Pebble Beach. I've been Joe Milner. He's been Hep, and we'll see you all very soon.